Well, hello, man cavers. I've been at it again. I want to thank you all very much for your Christmas messages on the comments. I had so many, I couldn't reply to you all, but thank you so much for commenting and wishing me happy Christmas. And yes, I had a really good time. But deals were still being made. What have we got now? You might like this one. Roll the credits. Welcome to the man cave. Let the games begin. Here we go. What have we got? Da-da-da-da-da. Ta-da! There we go. We have a Lister SR1 Diesel with a generator. Now then, this is a Start-O-Matics set. So this generator, which is huge and heavy, by the way. By God, this thing's heavy. This bolts onto the engine. I had to uncouple that. Backstory. This was this was in a building, outbuilding that had partially fell down years ago. Hence why this end of the generator is rusty and quite a bit rotten, because the generator had sat getting the weather for years. The engine had avoided the weather, apart from a little bit on this cover where we got some rust around there. But to get this out of situ, I kid you not, this thing with that bolted on it, they must be best part of half a ton. It is so heavy, I had to uncouple it on site. And, you know, I had to uncouple it on site to actually, get it out of there. I have the control box for the Start-O-Matic with the switch gear and everything. But somebody, in their wisdom, had took the control box off the shed, took it in the house and took it to pieces and stripped all the guts out of it. And they was going to repaint the control box to try and get this thing going. They lost interest in the project. So Man Cave jumped in and thought, this is a beast. We'll give it a go. We have all the control box on here. What this basically does, let's see if we can get a flash on. There we go. What this basically, here's our decompressor here. And that all goes into this box, which has got a solenoid up here with 3 wires on it. God, old shielding's bad. All been snipped, unfortunately. That had all been done when I got there. Here we have our fuel stop and start. And if you look in the back, when I lift that fuel stop up, see, there's an electric, this bit in there, that's a solenoid, so that's an electric plunger. And how Start-O-Matics work is, they sit there doing nothing. As soon as you plug something into it, or turn an appliance on, or a tool, whatever you want to run off it, this thing detects that it needs to energise and produce power. On these 2 cables here, these 2 terminals here, you have them connected to a really heavy 12-volt battery. So you have 2 leads go from there to a 12-volt battery, and the generator sits idle. As soon as that detects that it needs a load, so as soon as you've got something plugged in or turn a socket on in the house or whatever, this detects that. This solenoid bumps up like so, because that energises that through these cables. It also flicks up here, pushing our decompressor on, all electrically, and then the generator itself acts as a starter motor which turns the engine. Once the engine's up to speed, it releases the decompressor, this thing starts, and then once this is running, it switches over in the control box and automatically start generating electric. That's how Start-O-Matics work. If you're unsure, there are plenty of YouTube videos of Lister Start-O-Matics working. And they are really interesting. I've always wanted one, but they are so expensive, because a lot of people still use them in rural areas to run sheds, barns, whatever. Of course, these will run pretty much, you know, I mean, this is only rated to 2 kilowatts, but you can guarantee that's a strong 2 kilowatts. You know, not like a modern little petrol thing which is 3 kVA and bog right down when you put 1500 watts on it. You know, this is a true 2 kVA, so yeah, she ain't gonna bog down much whatever you put on it, to be honest. So yeah, that's how they work. We had to uncouple it on site because we just couldn't lift it. We just could not even slide the thing with the generator bolted on, because the generator, believe it or not, is just as heavy as the engine. And I think these are 200 kilos a piece. It weighs an absolute ton. I can't eat. Let's get it zoomed out. There we go. So yeah, that's how these all work. The Startomatic. Clink, clink, turns, pop, 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 off she goes and generates. There you go, sound effects and everything. So that's what we got. Don't worry, we are going to do more of the Reliant Robin as well. I know you guys are thinking, what's happening to the Reliant Robin? Well, we're going to go restoration on the Reliant Robin. So, yeah, we're going to go resto on the Reliant Robin. Now, when I say resto, I mean I'm going to actually attempt to take the body off that Reliant Robin so I can go right through it. I want to lift the body right off the chassis, replace all the bushes. The chassis, I think, is galvanised on that, being a Rialto. So I'm pretty sure that's got a galv chassis, but I want to check the chassis, replace all the bushes. We can perhaps take the engine gearbox out while the body's off, because that'll be ever so easy. Basically go through the thing, paint the body in a different colour, put it back on the body, on the chassis. That's the plan for the Reliant. But so you guys are not flooded with videos of that Reliant, we'll be doing the Reliant and this alongside. So there'll be a video of this, a video of the Reliant as I go. But as you know, that Reliant is outside. I could drag it around here into the man cave, but that'd be easier if I could get it to move under its own steam. But the clutch is seized. I pushed it down and that's stuck down and won't come back up. So it needs immediate attention. So I think for ease, I'm going to take the body off it and do it where it is. So that'll be a nice weather project. And this one can be something I can do because I've managed to get it in the shed. So yes, do not underestimate how big this engine is. It looks small when I zoom out. It is not small. This is one massive engine. Very, very heavy. I even got the original oil bath oil filter, which I like. Absolutely love that's got the oil bath oil filter. Not too sure what's in here. I assume that's that big solenoid. Yeah, that'll be what that plunger go into. This will be your electromagnet solenoid. So that'll be what chunk pulls it up. But there's a lot of checking because this thing has not ran. Oh, I don't know. The guy did say that this hasn't actually ran or powered anything in 25, 30 years. He weren't sure. Apparently that's in there when he, you know, yeah. So we're going to get this thing going. Get this bolted back up on here. I'm actually going to put it on a trailer so it can be moved about, because I think that's a bit too heavy to go on a trolley with cast wheels. So I wouldn't want to be humping that into the back of a van. So we'll put it on a trailer, what we leave it on, so you just hook it up behind your motor and tow it up the road. So yeah, that's what we got. That's, you know, there is our new man cave project. Lister SR1. Here are the spec plates on the engine if you guys are interested. 3.6 horsepower, 1500 revs. And we've got generator spec plate right down the bottom. There we go. There's your spec plate for your generator. So this is a lovely original unit. And we're going to paint this engine. No, it looks far too original. It's too nice. It's still got some of the original Lister decal here. And it's still got some of the original Lister decal on this control box. So because them decals are there, this engine won't be painted. It'll just get cleaned down and oily ragged, basically. The generator set, because of its condition, it is I'll try and see if I can find a good used end cap for it, because that is a bit rotten. If not, I can maybe cut this out and tack some new bits of tin in there. This strap is rotten, what go around the brushes. Yeah, she's basically sat for years and years, and it looked like it's got the weather. But because that's solid cast body, yeah, I don't think the water has actually penetrated into it. So it might have got in this end, but we'll see. We will see. So yes, that's it for now. Just wanted to show you the new man cave project. This is the day after Boxing Day, so 27th of December. And say over Christmas, I still had to make a deal. Had to be done. Yeah, luckily I didn't have to go an awful long way to get this. It was only about 12 miles from my house, 10 or 12 miles. So there we go. This is our SR1 Lister Start-O-Matic. So that'll be really interesting to see this old girl fire up. Really interesting. Right, I'm going. Just want to let you guys know what we're doing next. I think first order of business is going to be possibly bolt this back onto the engine. So that's all in one lump. I really don't know. Yeah, probably do that. If anybody can help me with a wiring diagram of how this thing wires up. Because we have 6 wires here. There's a few wires come out of here. And 3 wires come out of here. I'm guessing these wires, what have we got here? We've got a red, a brown and a black. We have a red, a brown and a black. Well, I think we've weighed up where these wires go. These wires go onto this one. One less problem solved. We just need to know where these wires go. And then to reassemble that main control box with the, you know, start, stop, on and off switch. So, yes. Right, so if you're unsure about how these things work, just YouTube Lister Startomatic. There's plenty of videos of this exact engine with a Startomatic, or they did them big CS's. Like that one I started on the last video, the big CS with the twin flywheels. They did them in a Startomatic as well. But they were a bit more powerful. I think they were 4 kilowatt or 5 kilowatt, where this is only 2. Right, that's it. You can admire the beauty of this thing. And yeah, we're going to go. And I'll see you guys. I'm nearly falling backwards here. This is not good. I fell against my oil tin. Right, see you guys next time. Bye bye for now. Ha 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 ha.